This month we are looking at the jeweller's pattern book that belonged to Dundee jeweller Frank Robert Edwards. We know quite a bit about Frank, but there are some gaps in our knowledge. We know that he was born in 1897. He was the son of a gardener and he was one of 5 children, the second youngest. In the 1901 census, we know that the family are living on Constable Place, which was off the Dundee Road. He went to school in Grove Academy, and in 1910, so when he was about 13, he became an apprentice to the very well-established firm of James Ramsay. James Ramsay was a Dundee silver and goldsmith who had set up his company on the High Street in 1863, and he very tragically died at the age of 43 in 1880. He died on the same day as his father-in-law, and I haven't quite been able to work out what happened to the two of them, if it was some kind of accident. So if anyone does know, I'd be really interested to hear more. We have a number of beautiful pieces in the collection by James Ramsay and the firm, one of which is a silver quake that you can see on display in the Scottish Design Galleries at V&A Dundee. Frank was twice married, first in 1926 to Irene Gillies, and she was the daughter of a Bailey. They had a daughter also called Irene 2 years later, and the family lived in Broadieferry on the Esplanade. Unfortunately, his wife Irene died in 1943, and 2 years later he married Wilhelmina or Mina Ford. They also had a daughter together, and at this stage the family lived at 173 St Vincent Street, also in Broadieferry. We believe that after Frank completed his apprenticeship with the firm of James Ramsay, he stayed on and completed almost 40 years of service with them until 1948. And 1948 is a really key year for Frank because that is when he set up on his own. He purchased the watch repair department of James Ramsay, and he set up as a jeweller in his own right at number 10 Reform Street. And we can confidently date the pattern book from that time because his details are stamped at the very front of the book. When he set up on his own, he faced a lot of competition. There were so many other jewellers operating and so many watchmakers and watch repairers. At its peak in 1954, Frank is one of 48 jewellers listed in the Dundee Directory. So to have a book like this would have been really important to show exactly what you could offer your customers. As you can see, the book includes designs for all types of jewellery. We have necklaces, bracelets, earrings, brooches. There's also some tiaras. Towards the back of the book, there are some designs for medals. And probably what is most interesting for us is that there are a lot of local connections with the medal designs. We have designs for a medal for Bowbridge Works, as well as the Dundee Ambulance Corps and Dundee Bowling Club. There are also some designs for Masonic medals. So outside of the world of jewellery, we know that Frank was a really keen sportsman. He had active roles in Broadieferry Boating Club, in the Royal Tay Yacht Club and Brodie Golf Club. And we know this from various news reports, but we also know it because his name features in 3 other objects in our collection, one of which is the trophy that you can see on display right beside Frank's book. Now, this trophy was awarded from the Broadieferry Boating Club, and Frank won it in 1920 when he rowed solo in the vessel Hebe or Hebe. Frank was in business for another 16 years. He retired in 1964 and sadly passed away in the December of the following year.